Before, with her father, they'd been too terrified to do more than breathe around him. Now they felt safe. Rox made that frustrated sound again. Fine, but you can't sit here untouched in your glass tower forever. One day, you'll have to let someone in, let them touch you, and feel what it's like to be a real woman instead of a queen of air and broken dreams. Rox draped the $3,000 dress around her neck like a scarf and turned on her stilettos, her nude body again shimmering faintly in the light. Good night, Queen Agnes. Good night, Rox. Agnes went back to what she'd been working on before the interruption, paying scant attention to the petulant stab of high heels into marble as Rox walked away. She barely glanced at the stack of hundreds, content enough to know it was there. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Her assistant Claire rushed in, slight color in her cheeks, despite the level tone of her voice. I tried to stop her from interrupting you, but that woman who keeps trying to see you called again. She swept up the cash Rox left and sat down on the nearby leather sofa to count it. Next time our persistent mystery woman calls, just put her through to Wit. Wit was Agnes's personal security. As for Rox, she said with a faint quirk of her mouth, I can handle a woman trying to seduce me. Claire acknowledged the order about the mystery woman with a nod. Was that a seduction? It looked like an ambush to me. To certain wildcats and other prey animals, it's the same thing. Claire snorted and tapped the neat stack of hundreds she'd just counted. It's all here, 5,000. She made a note on the iPad she always carried and put the money in the floor safe, hidden underneath a waist-high bronze statue of Oshun. By the way, Rox requested the next week off. Agnes mentally consulted the schedule. Of course, she's earned it. Give her 2 weeks if she needs more. You know she won't. Sitting once again on the sofa, Claire started doing something on her iPad that involved lots of fast but silent typing. She'd want to get back to work as soon as whatever is keeping her awake gets sorted. The whatever was probably a woman, maybe even someone Rox met on one of her recent assignments. Incredible. Sometimes Agnes was surprised at the stamina Rox had for someone her age. Agnes liked sex as much as most, but she couldn't understand doing it for work, then running off and doing it for fun, too. Which was probably why she wasn't having any sex at all. I just sent her the approval of the next week off and your offer for the one after that. Claire interrupted Agnes's useless musings on her sex life. She darkened the iPad screen and put the device face down on her lap. Perfect. Agnes tapped the mouse to wake up her own screen, a reminder to herself that she still had work to do, even if a part of her wanted to step out and breathe different air. Thank you. You can head home now. I know it's late. I don't mind staying. Claire gave her a quick smile, hands tucked in her lap, a trick she used to seem vulnerable and compliant when she was anything but. It also was a trick she didn't need to use with Agnes, but habits were hard to break, especially ones painfully learned. I know, but you need to go home so I can have a clear conscience. Agnes made a shooing motion toward the door. It was already 5:30 on a Friday afternoon. Although Claire's cat wouldn't be calling the cops to find out where her human went, Claire still needed some time away from the house, even if she didn't want to admit it. Fine, I'll go, but only if you do too. Agnes raised an eyebrow, giving her assistant a single glance. Fine, I'll stay out of your affairs. Claire stood up, smoothing down her skirt. You should leave, though. I'm sure there's someone out there who wants your company. Agnes smiled at that not-so-subtle way of trying to find out what was going on in her life. They'd worked together for over 5 years now, the entire time this current version of the house had been in existence. Despite that, Claire, and most of the house's employees, knew nearly nothing about Agnes's personal life, and she preferred it that way. She'd made the House of Agnes from the ashes of what it had been and created an image for herself, deliberately remote yet fair, untouchable, and just a little bit dangerous, so their competitors didn't get any foolish ideas. That cultivated persona wasn't easily worn, but she kept it up in all areas of the business. She didn't become or stay Queen Agnes by allowing everyone to know intimate details about her, such as